dignitaries, members of the public to have sat down and settled, maybe for entertainment. And what you're seeing is a team of women from Madeira there who have been entertaining crowds at the Kasarani Stadium. This is already full to the brim, and as you've heard from one of the Kenyans who actually got onto his bike, he has not told us at what point he left Kisii County all the way to Nairobi to just have a glimpse of the president-elect, Dr. William Ruto. I don't know how far Kisii is, but definitely it is not as close. And those who come, we have those who come from Kisii here and I'd want to take, maybe they can tell us, sorry, how far is Kisii, and would you hop onto a bike to actually come and be part of history?
Definitely, I won't hop onto a bike, but Kisii is just close to 300 kilometers away, so it's possible to do a bike ride. If you do like a consistent 5 to 6 hours, you can be in Nairobi.
So if this person was already there by 6 a.m., if those are 6 hours, they started their journey at close to midnight?
Yes.
Also introducing our other guest to join this panel this morning on KBC Channel 1, where we're giving you special coverage of this auspicious occasion, is none other than Henry Kurauka. From what you have heard, Henry Kurauka, now that you have joined us, expectations of Kenyans are quite rife, and the conversation is centering around at least three main things. The high cost of living. They want the food prices to come down with immediate effect. If I can take you back to what they said in Bungoma, is that when the president lifts the Bible, takes the oath, and actually he puts the Bible down, they want the prices of unga to come down. How feasible is this going to be?
Yes, thank you very much. It is true, there are very high expectations. Of course, we all want a fair economy because our cost of living is very high. We are expecting the new government to reduce fuel prices, to reduce food prices, and the basic needs prices. We also expect so many people to access credit and to be removed from the CRBs. Secondly, we expect the new government to tackle a number of other issues.
Well, it seems that we are not getting you loud and clear. Maybe, Troy, you can take it away as we just see Nairobi Governor Sakaja also joining the number of Kenyans who have gone to be part and parcel.
Yes, indeed. Nairobi Governor is one of the expected guests, bearing in mind that, as Engineer talked about, Nairobi is one of the counties that is being looked at very keenly in regards to the ascension of power. And there is something that I was able to pick up from Deputy President-elect Rigathi Gachagua in regards to his work. And I believe it's a KBC journalist who asked about the relationship, a working relationship that they're supposed to have. And I would like to reel in the lawyers first, because I believe there's some aspect of the law involved here. The duties of the deputy president as enshrined in the Constitution is, one, to be the principal assistant of the president, and secondly, any other duties as directed by the president. Indeed, the president-elect did talk about an executive order number 1 that will be able to give the deputy president his roles or the work that he's supposed to do. And there we've had something that maybe will come up a little bit later. The deputy president-elect talking about having the president has already has given him duties, and he's talking about a lot of duties. How is the executive order, and how far can you stretch it? We've seen a number of executive orders by the president in regards to the deputy president's role as enshrined in the Constitution. Kurauka, Gishore?
Yes, thank you for that question. You see, Bentroy, the aspect of the deputy president being the number 2 position is whereby the president has more powers and he should be able to allocate some powers today. That has gone, as the deputy president-elect Gachagua has indicated, that he has a sense that he has already been assigned so much roles, which is actually threatening, if I may quote him, that he will be able to do, but he also admitted he's a workaholic, he will be able to do them. There is no, the Constitution has been very clear that it's the president to assign roles. I think from this swearing in, you can see a couple of presidents have sent their deputies, which is a very special occasion. This is an example of some of the assignments where you are sent to other countries to represent the president and your country at large to, of course, be able to communicate whatever your president or whatever your country, and be able to negotiate on behalf of your country. That is a very important and distinct role. I think at some point we saw even the deputy president, the now president-elect, was sent to one of the conferences, I think either in Davos, and he negotiated and it came to Kenya. You know, that's a momentous occasion. So for this arrangement to work, I think the deputy president and the president-elect have decided that the president is going to assign specific roles through a presidential order, so that once he does that, now it's officially known that docket or whatever docket which will be in that particular communication will officially be handled by the deputy president, Rigathi Gachagua, or Rick G, as people have started calling him in Twitter. So that is something we're looking forward to see what that particular executive order would be entailing, and we forever will know those are his responsibilities. But remember, Bentro, an executive order can also be amended. I think the outgoing president, Uhuru Kenyatta, did that a lot. Every other time you could do an executive order, and a few months down the line you also could again do another one which amends the earlier one. So we hope the roles which will be assigned to the deputy president will be static to the level that they are things which he can be able to conduct and be able to do, so that he can also build trust for Kenyans and the things which are dear to his heart. I think he has talked about poverty, which he grew up in, and we're hoping to see him being assigned some of those roles to actually help them start the economy and have people in Kenya have money in their pockets, which I think he has passionately talked about. Thank you, Ben.
Indeed, and perhaps to bring the ball on this other side, and looking at those issues that we are facing as Kenyans, look at the fuel prices. They are determined outside Africa. So anything happening, and especially the war in Ukraine, affects what is happening right here in the country. How do we get our own based solutions? Because looking at the oil, cooking oil, is largely dependent on the prices maybe in Ukraine, because one of the biggest producers of sunflower and oil. But unfortunately, if anything happens outside Africa, we don't have our own remedies for our own. And indeed, based on the fuel subsidy, which as economists have talked about, it's not quite useful and it doesn't reach the intended target. How do we have our own home-based solutions? The drought that we have, countries in the Gulf, it's more dry than here in Kenya, but unfortunately here in Kenya we have people who are even dying because of hunger.
One thing we need to realize is that we are in a global economy, that whatever happens either in the region or overseas will always affect us. But also that presents an opportunity for us, because given that there is that close relationship between what happens in Kenya with our neighbors, with other overseas countries, we can also take advantage of that. Africa is a big continent. There is a lot of untapped potential within Africa. So some of these things we are bringing from China, from Asia, from America, we can be able to produce them within the African market and start trading with each other. So I think COVID gave us that window of opportunity to realize that we can be locked out of the entire global economy, but if we're able to have capacity to produce within ourselves, then we can be able to take care of ourselves. So if we can be able to leverage on the progress that we have made as an economy in Kenya in terms of industrialization, and start using that to influence manufacturing, food production just within Kenya and also within the region, we can have that kind of reduction in terms of the cost expectation. Remember, a company like Bidco had some time back contracted farmers in Uganda to plant palm oil, so that we can stop relying on palm oil from Malaysia. There was this suggestion of soya beans being planted in Kenya, so that we can also start relying on soya beans produced here. So that opportunity is there. What has lacked is the political will to drive that narrative. So we need more of inward thinking in terms of how we can increase production for some of those things that we are spending a lot in terms of sourcing. And William Ruto has alluded to that we need to start producing more, and there will be a lot of investment so that we can also save ourselves on the foreign exchange.
All right, and as you can see on your screen there, split screen of what is happening in Kasarani. You have some people dancing there, and let's first of all listen into the sights and sounds from Kasarani.
That Hassan, that is the President-elect William Ruto, who is going to be taking an oath of office in not too long, is going to deliver. Let's have a listen into more of what Kasarani has to offer.
Asante sana. Wapi kelele wewe? Ataendelea kidogo tu, tangazo moja tu. Waandishi wa habari wote walio kwenye uwanja, mnaomba tafadhali muweze kwenda kwenye mahali mmetengewa. Kuna bendera ambayo mnaiona kwenye mkono wangu wa kulia. Tafadhali tuende tusimame hapo ndo tupangwe tafadhali.
Kindly, members of the fourth estate, let us go to where the flags are. Behind the flags, we would like to have where you've been designated tafadhali. Kwa hivyo tunaomba members of the fourth estate, kindly let's move towards that as we continue with the entertainment. We'd like to clear the field as we get ready to begin the occasion and the ceremony for today. So kindly let us clear the field immediately. All members of the fourth estate, tafadhali tusonge to where the flags are so that we can proceed. Tafadhali.
Well, as you can see, the MC there calling the stadium to order. It is exactly 9:38, so shy of 28 minutes, 22 minutes there to go, where everyone should be settled to give room for further entertainment now officially taking place at the center of the stadium there. And as you can see, this is the dais where we're going to have the deputy president-elect as well as the president-elect, as well as their spouses and the Chief Justice also going to sit as the ceremony kicks off. You're also seeing a few representatives of the judiciary. Remember, this is the oath of allegiance as well as the oath of it's called execution of the presidency. Some of the two oaths that President-elect there, Dr. William Ruto, is going to be swearing into to just usher in an era of his new administration. We are scattered across the country, including Bungoma, including Kilifi, Uasin Gishu County, and just to monitor the field. But as you can see from the pictures on your screen, it's quite a momentous occasion there. Dressed in the party colors, UDA, you can see women. And I like what a Earlier, we heard from the Secretary General UDA there and nominated Senator there, Veronica Maina, saying that among her expectations is that once the cabinet lineup is actually out, that we're going to have at least 50% of representation that is women. And we say it's a patriarchal society, but the way things are looking, it's not just Kenya alone. The future is indeed female. Those are just sights and scenes. Kenyans arrived as early as 2 a.m. It's already filled to capacity, and anytime right from now, we're going to be witnessing the live performances as scheduled by the MC's card there to entertain crowds that are eagerly anticipating the arrival of President-elect William Ruto. A majority of them have left their businesses. Yes, it is a public. Yes, you can see there. We assume that is a dad and the son donned in the party colors, UDA there, and a flag there to go, coming to witness this moment in history there. I don't know if a majority of you have ever attended these public gatherings while you were growing up. I personally only did once when we were performing for the then President Moi there, but after that I've not had the time to actually go for entertainment and patriotism. I don't know, Ben Troy, have you ever attended this ceremony, Well, yes, you're not a journalist,
Yes, and even you remember back in the late 80s, we used to do we were donning the Kenyan flags, and then we were making some PEs, so to say, donned in colors, making some figurative things like more or less like household equipment for Moi at the Moi Stadium in Embu back in primary school. And even if we were not able to go there, we were waiting for him at the roadside. You do remember? And he always had a bag of goodies. If you remember, always had a bag of goodies back then, just to underscore how the president and the primary schools and schools as well are quite in sync when it comes to national events. Kids are quite elated in such events as well.
Mm-hmm. Now, as you can see on your screen, I understand this, whenever there's a ceremony within the Kalenjin community, this is what they don on. It's a bit of grass, so to speak. I'm not too sure, Dr. Rotich, maybe you can tell us what we are seeing. For me, from where I sit, I'm seeing grass. What is that?
Regina, this is a sacred tree that is used in ceremonies. Ceremonies, which are very, very important ceremonies, like circumcision. During circumcision, you see such a plant. During marriage, you see such a plant. Big ceremonies like this one. So it signifies the sanctity of the ceremony itself. Mm-hmm. It is a very, very important kind of tree-like, and it is in our ceremonies, and we do adore it as a sacred tree.
A sacred tree,
yes,
from where we said
that signifies the cleanliness of the whole ceremony itself.
Now, those are pictures. Dr. Ari, thank you for that clarification. We thought they were grass, but now that's
no, they are not grass.
Now, these are pictures that are coming to you live from Karen. This is Deputy President's residence, but now that is where the President-elect has been, or rather is domiciled, but after today, he is definitely transiting into State House. What you're seeing on screen there is Ababu Namwamba as well as Davis Chichur there having a conversation. We expect like 25 minutes to 12 or 35 there. The president is going to be making way to Kasarani Stadium. Now we take you to the CBD with Austin there, our very own, to just bring us up to speed with activities within the CBD. To you, Austin, good morning.
Thank you so much. We are coming to you live from the Nairobi Central Business District. We are at the Kenyatta Avenue roundabout, and we would like to get a number of views from Kenyans here, their views about this whole swearing in and what they expect for the upcoming administration that is going to be led by Dr. William Samoei Ruto. I could start with you, sir. We are currently live on KBC Channel 1. Introduce yourself and share with us your views.
Yes, mimi naitwa Patrick Oroni. So nafurahia kwa siku ya leo hiyo swearing ya President William Ruto. na matarajio yetu kubwa ni ile kuona amedeliver hiyo manifesto yake. Hiyo tu ndio kitu, hiyo ndio matarajio yetu makubwa kwa siku ya leo.
Absolutely.
Haya, asante.
Thank you. If you could share with us your name and your expectations for the upcoming administration.
My name is Peter Njoroge Mbwenje, and I have high hopes with Dr. Samoei William RUTO, because one, I'm a border rider, and in my operation, I have so many challenges, including the fuel and the stomach. It needs to be checked on. That is hunger. We have families, and we need a government that will cater for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Thank you. And what about yourself, sir? What do you expect?
My name is Dennis Oguto Kwero, and first of all, I thank God because of this election.
Yes.
Na matarajio yangu kama mwana bodaboda, ninaomba kwamba wakati rais anastahili kufanya majukumu yake, cha kwanza kabisa ashukishe mafuta, na ndio vitu zingine pia zitafuata, haswa unga na vinginevyo. Na Mungu ambariki, aongoze Kenya vizuri, kwa sababu ni kiongozi ambayo tunaona kwamba amechaguliwa na Mwenyezi Mungu, sio kawaida.
Thank you for that. And lastly, sir.
Mimi naitwa Nicodemus. Nimefurahia sana.
Yes.
Sababu ni mimi naona mahali niweka kura yangu iko sawa. Sasa ile kitu mimi nataka rais anisaidie. Maneno ya CPC. Atoe maneno ya CPC kabisa. Ndio na sisi at least tupate pesa yenye tutaweza save. CPC inatupeleka mbio mbaya sana. Sisi kama watu wa bodaboda tuko na watoto shule. Mtoto anatungojea jioni tuende kumfanyisha homework. Haya, sasa kuenda kumfanyisha homework anataka tena pesa ya kwenda kufanya nini? Kufanyia sijui ni printing, kwenda kununua sijui ni nyama kilo moja apeleke shule. Sasa hiyo maneno ya CPC tolewe kabisa. Hiyo ndio kitu naomba tu atusaidie. Asante.
Thank you so much. Those there are the views of some of the Kenyans here at the Nairobi Central Business District, and we expect that along this Kenyatta Avenue, many delegates and of course the president-elect, to say nothing of President Uhuru Kenyatta, they will be making their way to Kasarani. On the 9th of August, Kenyans came out in large numbers and cast their vote. A month later, we are about to witness one of the most seminal events take place. That is the swearing in of Dr. William Samoei Ruto as the 5th president of the Republic of Kenya. We will be keeping tabs on the happenings around here, but until then, back to you in studio.
Thank you very much, Austin, for that update. What is happening at Kenyatta Avenue there? And if we can we have been compiling a list in terms of what Kenyans across the country, including Bungoma, Kilifi, Nairobi, have to say, and Uasin Gishu in regard to their expectations. One that is taking precedence is the high cost of living, bring the prices of unga down, and now the CBC there. Something that has adversely been mentioned. I don't know if it will be part of priorities or if it is possible at this point in time. The pictures that you're seeing on screen, these are live pictures coming from Deputy President's residence in Karen. This is where the president-elect is going to be moving from, headed all the way to Kasarani. According to the tentative program at the Kasarani there, we expect that commanders will arrive at the venue at 10:30 a.m. Then Chief Justice Martha Koome, the Judiciary Registrar Ann Amadi, and Supreme Court judges are also expected to arrive at 10:45 a.m. Then after, the Chief of Defense Forces, General Robert Keboshi, to arrive at the venue at 11 a.m. Then 15 minutes later, the head of state and government will make way to the venue. So we'll be keeping tabs on that. Just to remind you, this is special coverage by KBC Channel 1, and we welcome your views in regard to our coverage as well as your expectations of the RUTO administration there. Our Twitter handle is at KBC Channel 1. Kenyans there already seated, highly anticipating to have a glimpse. Let's have a listen into what is happening. Quite an excited crowd there, as from the screens.
Tunasema tuanze hapa chini. Alafu twende juu. Yaani hapa mkono. Wapi hapo? Kila mtu. Go, moto, twende. Go, moto, twende. Go, moto, twende. Go, moto, twende. Go, wasikulikana. Wasikulikana. Shukran kabisa, man. God bless you. Nakama kao.
Ibani. Asante sana DJ Ibani. Wananchi tunazidi kuwakaribisha tunapojiandaa kuingia kwenye ratiba rasmi. Wageni wetu tunazidi kujiunga nasi, nikiomba wale wote ambao wako kwenye jukwaa rasmi, tukisha waleta wageni wetu tunapeana nafasi kwa wale wanashughulikia itifaki ili kuweza kuwapa wageni wetu nafasi ya kuketi. Ningependa kuwakaribisha nyote, ikiwa ni siku ya furaha siku ya leo. Mwenyezi Mungu ametujalia siku njema, nchi iliyojaa nyama, maziwa na asali, nchi ya Jamhuri ya Kenya. Siku ya leo tunapomwapisha rais wetu wa 5 wa Jamhuri ya Kenya, Mheshimiwa Rais Daktari William Samoei Ruto. Na ili kuweza kuingia katika nafasi nyingine, ningependa kupisha bendi yetu ya utawala, bendi ambayo inajulikana kwa wimbo wao ambao ni Utanikumbuka, dunia haina wema. Siku ya leo wamejiandaa kwa muziki mbalimbali, ikiwa ni njia ya kujitayarisha kuwalaki wageni wetu rasmi. Utawala banda, twende kazi.